Hey folks, Max and Mike here. Mike from the Farmivore packing facility in Camarillo, Max from Maine. We are continuing to talk about the farms that we visited on our little farm blitz that we made just last week. And we're on now to Rancho La Familia in Santa Maria. When we showed up to the ranch, there was a red tractor in the strawberry fields, and we presumed that was Omar, and it was. And he was leading this attachment with three large, I didn't know what they were at the time, but it turns out it's a bug vacuum. And he was literally sucking bugs off the strawberries as we pulled up to the ranch.
Yeah, and the biggest, the thing that stands out most to me was his mom.
Oh my goodness, yes.
To meet her very briefly, and she was very kind, very motherly, very proud of Omar out there on his bug vac, and she talked to us a little bit about how they've been affected with this the pandemic, and markets are down. And she spent 5 minutes with us, and then Omar came, started the tour, and he let us know that it was his mom who had built all of this and really started the business from the ground up, from a farm worker into a farm owner, and then now empowering her sons to carry the business on. That was the thing that was most striking to me, was her story, and I wish we would have been able to really pick her brain, and that's something I want to go back and do hopefully soon.
Yeah, that'll be the next interview.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but what jumped out to you is once we met Omar, is such a nice fellow.
Honestly, I was struck. I've always been used to being the young guy in agriculture. I was people refer to me as a baby, even coming in at 26 or whatever. And usually it is a field that's dominated by an older population.
Yeah.
So here I am pushing 32, and 29-year-old Omar is showing me around his ranch.
Yeah.
That his mom started from scratch. He's working with his brother and his mom. He's even bought his own parcel in the back. It was about 9 acres that he's growing berries on.
Yeah.
We captured a video, which we'll share with you folks, about the drip tape that he's using for the trellises on his berries.
Yeah.
So instead of throwing away rows and rows of old drip tape, he's actually reusing those as a trellis.
We've already implemented that idea at Little Baby Root. We have drip tape.
No kidding. No kidding.
It's already been implemented. Yeah, I saw Farmer Erin already has her drip tape trellis up. So thank you, Omar.
Yeah, totally. Joel Salatin always says that the best ecology is the best economy. And there's so many areas of overlap there where it just pays not to waste stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
When you set foot on these family farms, you see so many examples of that they might not be shouting it from the rooftops, but you are forced to eliminate waste if you want to even survive in this industry, because you've got such high expenses, such low margins, and people want to push food prices so low. You have such high risk in the field that you've got to be reusing materials if you're going to survive.
Yeah, that's right. And the field struck me as also very beautiful. Growing all those brassicas in the middle of summer with his bug vac is able to keep them, minimal leaf damage. And that was stunning to me. He had one field, I'm sure we have a picture of it, where it was just beautiful, complete germination, big healthy heads of lettuce. And I know they had potatoes coming in there, and all that broccoli and cauliflower that are in the Farmivore boxes whenever we could get it from Omar and the team. Some of the beauty of their fields were pretty stunning.
Absolutely. Yeah, you could see they had a very tight rotation, planting every 2 weeks with the broccoli, the cauliflower. It sounded like a lot of those crops he had on a 2-week rotation, which enables him to offer them so consistently. Yeah. And the temperatures there in Santa Maria seem to be fairly favorable for the year-round growing of those brassicas.
I think it's similar to ours here in Oxnard. Oxnard Plains, Camarillo area, it's very reminiscent of our climate. And what were your thoughts, Omar? Obviously we went and we wanted to ask him about why he was not certified organic. And what were your thoughts on Omar's feedback, some of the trials and tribulations he had been through that he shared with us?
It was very interesting to hear his story, and I was glad he was willing to be so open with us. And his case is interesting because he was certified organic, and his family was very excited about that transition. And they were certified organic for a number of years. However, he had this encounter with other organic growers who sued him because his product was, in their words, too clean, and he attributed that to the bug vacuum that he's literally sucking the pests off the crops. And so after going through that lawsuit where he had every paper he needed, he had all the receipts to prove their organic inputs and everything, apparently one judge denied it, and he went to the state, at which point the judge looked at him and said, well, I don't know why you lost. You've got all the papers you need. And he dropped the case.
Yeah.
So at that point, after that hassle, apparently it was the certification costs alone were, I believe he said, over $11,000 per year.
Yep.
So they opted to drop that. And we asked him very clearly about his practices, asked him if any non-organic materials are being applied to the crops. He assured us they weren't. And I was impressed that they're still putting expensive organic inputs like the rice bran that he mentioned into the soil as an amendment to build up the soil.
Yeah, and injecting organic fertilizers directly into the line to make sure the crops are fed. And one thing that stood out to me is that they live there on site. So if you're going to live somewhere, last place you want to be spraying anything that's toxic or highly chemical, synthetic chemical in nature is right where your home is. And his mom, Omar himself, and his brother all had houses right smack in the middle of the land. So
literally right in the middle of the fields right on all sides.
They live right on site. So that was interesting to hear his story.
Definitely. Yeah, I could tell he was glad that we took the time to listen, that we cared to hear, his side of the story. And, he's definitely not interested in pursuing organic certification again, just for the hassle that approved them. And you can tell that farm's hanging on. I mean, they're struggling with lost sales, and, for them to pursue certification at this point is probably not a realistic expense for them.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to get out there and tell their story. And once again, folks, if you have any questions for them that you want us to pass along, let us know. We'll see you next time.